Hello everybody, Jonathan Fox here. Welcome to a new episode of the Real Talk Real Estate Show. On today's episode, we actually have breaking news that we want to dive into the Federal Reserve's interest rate hike that just happened. If you're a buyer or thinking about buying a house, you definitely want to check this one out. The Federal Reserve just released today, they're raising mortgage interest rates another quarter point. What does that mean? Right now, the federal basis rate was at 2%, and as of today is at 2.25%. Essentially, that's the same level it was in 2008 of April. That tells us that we are now in pre-recession interest rate territory. We're really starting to get to that point. So, find that very interesting. My buyer specialist here, Eric Hallstrom, I brought him on to talk a little bit about what that might mean. What do you think this rate hike might do?
Well, I think the most significant thing to your point is we're getting back to a pre-recession level. And so money, as it becomes more expensive, of course, what does that mean for a home buyer? It's a little bit more expensive to go out and get a loan. So as we're looking at the forecast of the Federal Reserve, perhaps for the rest of this year, which, let's remember, they've already increased it 3 times in 2018.
So let me get that straight. You just said that they have already raised in 2019 rates 3 different times.
Right, in 2018 rates 3 times, and it's very possible that they may continue to raise rates going into 2019 as the economy continues to do well. It's a function of the economy, and that's a positive for the overall health of the housing market and the economy, which work in tandem.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, as far as this impacts our seller clients, it's definitely significant. I know at the beginning of this year, everyone said rates are going up. Well, we're finally starting to see it, and for my listing clients, there's an urgency out there as well, because we all know that the home buyer that's going to buy their property is trying to get ahead of these rate hikes, and obviously if rates get to be a little bit more expensive, things slow down, right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah, so the cost of borrowing money goes up, buying activity might start to go down, and I don't know about you if you've seen any of that already, but...
Well, it makes a difference on the margin, right? I think what we were discussing about earlier this afternoon had to do with a $500,000 home, the median price here in DC.
It's about the median price in DC, right?
So it becomes, if you're looking at 500, 5.25, maybe you want to tamp it down into the high 4 range or something to that nature. So it'll make a difference.
And what Eric just said is true. If rates continue to go up, affordability will either cap out or even start to go down, meaning that same $500,000 home buyer will now be looking at $475,000 maybe, right?
Yeah, right. Still a good chance, still a good opportunity to buy in this market, but it will move things around in different directions for people.
Well, listen, that's why we wanted to hop on here and let you know what's going on. So the bottom line is the Fed just increased rates again, no surprise. Eric, you heard, he works with a lot of buyers saying it has an impact, and on my end with the sellers, same. So I think the takeaway from all this is if you're a home buyer, you're out in the market, you're thinking about it, the cost of getting your mortgage is not going down. It is only going up. And to your point, I don't know if 2019 is going to be any different. Well, anyway, we hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, you can send us a message directly. Otherwise, we will be back at you next week with more content. Thanks.
Thank you.